Alright, what is up guys, Poet here bringing you my week 8 SPL match versus my very good friend Finchinator. I'm bringing a team made by my boy NGMP based around Reunicus Combine, Defensive, Side Shock and Signal Beam Recover. It's very anti-meta and it also beats the stall by the help of tank growth or any region monk and Celesteela to switch into the Cofable and stall it out of PP so that Reunicus can win later on. Looking at Finchinator's team though, the biggest threat to my team is definitely that Tapu Bulu, because if it gets an SD up, I kinda have to sack something because most SD Bulus are fighting in C superpower, and at +2 it kills Celesteela. So yeah. When I was going into this match, I looked at the Toxapex and I knew Toxapex were going to be up against my team, even if I have a Defox Scizor. I just can't prevent it because Toxapex walls Greninja, walls Scizor, walls Tangrowth, and walls Celesteela. So it's very hard to prevent the toxic spike. So what I'm gonna do is just get up rocks and spikes with my Greninja to pressure his team with Reunicus, because his answers to Reunicus are grounded, and I can just pressure the team with the spikes and rocks because his hazard removal is Rapid Spin Pheromosa. He has to predict right. So yeah, let's get right into the match. I lead off with Scizor because I was expecting either Pheromosa to straight up kill my Garchomp and prevent rocks early on, or the Landorus. Even if I'm the Fox Scizor and it doesn't have the greatest matchups versus Landorus T, I could just U-turn out and get my Mega Evolution off for that Metagross later on because it's gonna be his. So yeah, I went for that. I'm gonna use Bullet Punch here. Reason behind it's because I don't lose much, and even if he goes to Toxapex, I really knew I will have to deal with the Toxic Spikes. So yeah, and if he stayed in for some reason, he gets his Rapid Spinner really low to the point where rocks and spikes can kill the Pheromosa. So I just BP here. He goes to Toxapex. Really good, very good play. I mean, it's the safest one. I just U-turn out into Garchomp because, as I said before, I need the hazards to win this game, to pressure his team. He's obviously gonna go for the Toxic Spikes here, but Toxic Spikes don't really pressure my team that much because Garchomp is not going to be coming in very often. The only thing that it really travels is my Greninja, and Greninja is not a Pokemon that stays on the field too much time. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. I just get up my rocks here. He goes to Landorus to get his own rocks. Here I was like, maybe I should SD here, but I don't know, because he had a Bulu in the back and SD in there. It doesn't really make much sense. So if you look at his Celesteela answers, there's only one, and it's Toxapex. So because I knew looking at the team that the Bulu will be the Z move. I wouldn't expect this Lando to be Z move, and even then I can, well, it would have been bad for me, but most Tapu Bulus are C fighting in C, and it's even better versus my team than Z Lando. So yeah, and even if this was the Continental Crash, I could win the 50-50 and protect, or just straight up sack something and then damage kill it with Greninja. It's not that bad, and it means that the Landorus is Rocky Helmet, which it's less annoying, and he will have already used his rock move when against my Celesteela, and yeah, there's that. That's why I switch into my Celesteela here. He gets up his rocks as I expected, and his only answer is Toxapex, so he's gonna go to die. I just get my leech seeds. I go to Reuniclus here. He gets up his second layer, which I don't think it helps him that much, aside from dealing with my Tangrowth a little bit better, but even then, Tangrowth is not gonna be doing much this match because it's a Soul Best, so it can't even wall Metagross, nor it can wall Greninja because they pack Gang Shot most of the time, unless it's the Ash variant, but I don't know that. So and Pheromosa just weakens it with a U-turn, and Bulu sets up on it because I don't have a Sludge Bomb. So yeah, the second layer wasn't that helpful, and that meant my Greninja stayed alive for much more longer, which you're gonna see later in the match. So I just go Reuniclus and then double into my Greninja. Reason behind is because Tapu Bulu gets that grassy terrain, and Psyshock doesn't do much from a defensive Reuniclus, and if he gets an SD up, it could be really problematic. So, and even if he decided to stay in with the Toxapex, they were leeches up, so I wouldn't even lose health if he stayed in, and yeah. I didn't think he was gonna stay in because Reuniclus is a big threat and you need to deal with it immediately, so he's gonna switch out to his Tapu Bulu here, and I get my play correct. Now my Greninja is actually walled by Tapu Bulu, but he doesn't know that. I could be Life Orb Ice Beam or Life Orb Gunshot, so and Tapu Bulu wins the game for him, so I know here that he's gonna switch out 100%. He needs to switch out in order to win the game, because what if I just click Gunshot here, or in case I was, or I clicked Ice Beam in case I was. So yeah, I get up my spikes on the predicted Toxapex switching, and I start pressuring his team with the hazards, so that's pretty good for me. Yeah, you see. I'm gonna go back to my Reuniclus, and he goes into Pheromosa. Here, the spin was kinda obvious, so I didn't expect him to spin, because if he spins red there, and I decided to click Psyshock for whatever reason, and I just get rid of the Pheromosa and set them back up later. So. And even then, U-turn doesn't do that much because he was a Scarf Pheromosa, as you're gonna see later on, as you're gonna see by the next turn, because of the damage he's gonna do to my Celesteela, and because of the fact that he's got U-turn. So yeah, I didn't expect him to rapid spin here, so that's why I went to my Celesteela, tanking the U-turn, and he goes into Metagross. I protect here to scout his set. He's gonna throw a Hammer Arm. I don't really wanna risk him bluffing me and he punching me, even though if I get Blitzed up, he's not gonna do much to me. It weakens me to the point where the Ninja could be a problem, so I don't wanna stay in here. And I go right into my Scizor, which is the hard counter. He goes to Toxapex, which really doesn't do much aside from giving me a U-turn back out into my Reuniclus. And yeah, here I'm gonna click Signal Beam, predicting either Tapu Bulu or Greninja, but he gets me right there. I don't really agree with that play, because if I see him there, I pretty much got a kill. So now he knows Metagross walls me, so he's gonna go right into that and fish for meteor matches and stuff. Here I make a misplay. I should have stayed in and recovered once, but I was scared of the attack boosts. I mean, Mega Metagross is a bullshit mon. It should be banned, by the way. And yeah, if he got many attack boosts there, I could be in a problem, and I didn't know he was pursued. I mean, my display was easily recovered here, so, but I just switched it out because of the fear of the attack boost that he gets me with the pursuit here. So yeah, that's fine. I can recover up on the Toxapex later on, and I go right into my counter Scizor and Roost up because it's getting too low, and after rocks it could be to be killed by Hammer, and as you can see he did 33%. So here I should have went hard into Celestine instead of U-turning, so that I could check Metagross better later and take the Rocky Helmet damage with the Scizor, but it's fine. It's fine. He goes into Toxapex here because Metagross is already low to the point where it dies to Flamethrower, so he doesn't have any other play. Yeah, I'm just stalling out the Toxapex EP, which is gonna be key for later on in the match. So I go here right into my Greninja, expecting some kind of double, because he doesn't. Okay, he can't allow me to get my Unicles for free, so I expected either that or Scald, which wouldn't hurt my Greninja that much. Here I was kinda expecting him to switch out into Greninja. Reason why, it's because I could double into Reuniclus, and staying here wouldn't make much sense because there's a Toxapex there and I would lose momentum. So I'm gonna expect the Greninja to come in here, and what he doesn't know is that I'm actually not Life Orb. I'm Scarf Greninja with Hydro Pump, U-turn, Rock Slide, and Spikes. It's actually walled by Tapu Bulu, but he doesn't know that, so I'm gonna play around it. And yeah, I expect the Greninja and I get it correct. I could have bluffed the Scarf Greninja for a little bit more, but I didn't feel it was necessary because I kinda expected him to go into Greninja. So yeah, he's gonna go into Greninja and take a huge hit here, to the point where a Spike or Stealth Rock kills him from the range it's at. So I just go to my Scizor, and there's no other way to revenge kill the Greninja at this moment, so I'm just gonna go for the Bullet Punch, safe. Here I kinda expected him to go into Landorus, but he stayed in and fished for Scalborn. It's fine. And now he goes into Landorus. Very good play by Finchinator's part. He definitely got me there, and now I'm in range of 2 Meteor Mashes. So I go here to my Uni because I could get Lefty's back, and my Celesteela doesn't have good answers for his team, so he just goes into Toxapex every time Celesteela comes in. So there's not much point to go right into Celesteela because he's just gonna go into Toxapex anyway, so there's no point in getting a leech up. He leaks it up because he's gonna play around the fact that my Uniclus is low, so and he needs to play around it and double around it so that I can't ever recover up. So yeah, I just go to my Celesteela. He's obviously gonna go back to Toxapex. He doesn't have any other play at all. I'm here just to protect, just to pistol him a bit. Now I go into Tangrowth because I don't even need this. I don't even need Tangrowth. And here it's an important turn. I expected him to Rapid Spin with the Pheromosa because his team was getting whittled a lot. He needed the hazards gone, so I just stay in, and even if he went for a U-turn, I leave it and I can regain it back. So I just stay in here and go for the leaf turn and kill the Pheromosa, getting my predict right. So yeah, here he's gonna go to his big threat in Tapu Bulu, and here it's an important turn. Here I go right into my Ninja, expecting the SD, because an SD there meant he won the game. So I needed to go right into my Ninja and scare it out with a potential gunshot or ice beam. So I get my play right. He SDs here. Even though my Greninja is walled by his Tapu Bulu, again he doesn't know that, so he's gonna switch to his Toxapex, and I get my predict right and go for the spikes. I didn't even have any other move to hit the Tapu Bulu, so that's that. And he needed Tapu Bulu to win the game basically, so he couldn't risk it there. It's a good play. Many Greninja, most of Greninjas run gunshots, so yeah, that's why that happened. And I get my spikes up to pressure him up again. Here, I'm just gonna go into Tangrowth as he doubles into Lando. If I went to Reuniclus there, he couldn't have killed me because I got left his back. My Reuniclus is very defensive, so I could have recovered up, but I guess he U-turns and then goes into Metagross to come back to pressure me. So I just go to Celesteela, and again I don't lose anything by going to Celesteela all the time, because he only has that Toxapex, which just loses him momentum. So yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen for sure. And now I think I go hard into Garchomp, yeah. He goes for the Scald. I could have gone into Reuniclus there, but I think rocks were more important than my Reuniclus at that point. And yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I got my rocks up, and as I said before, there's no reason not to go into Celesteela every time, because I just get recovery back up with lefties, and it doesn't ever get weakened. So yeah, here he Scalds again, predicting me to protect. Nice play. He's playing really well around the Reuniclus, but I'm not ever gonna risk it. So he already got it by this point, so I get a free knock here on the Toxapex, which is gonna be really crucial for me to stall it out later out of TPs. Now he's gonna go into the Ninja Sackit. I mean, it wasn't gonna do much because it died to hazard. So here I just tried to sack my Garchomp as he missed the Meteor Mash. No problem though, because he's gonna hit the next one and kill me. So he's gonna get the attack boost, which is gonna be key because I'm forced into my Greninja. At this point, I could have gone into Scizor and get a Roost off, but because of that, I'm forced into my Greninja and revenge kill him. So here, my thought process was my only move to hit the Metagross with is Hydro Pumps, and I don't wanna risk that. So I'm gonna go for the U-turn, even if it didn't kill at that range. I just sack the Tangrowth and come back in with the Greninja and don't risk the Hydro Pump. So that's very important. He switches out anyway because Metagross still lives the hazards at 2%, but it lives. So that's a very fair play. I go for the U-turn here, giving me crucial momentum and giving me a free Reuniclus here. So because Reuniclus pressures him so much, I just went for the Side Shock in order to kill something, because if he went right into Metagross and started to Meteor Mash, it would have been the same. or if he went into Bulu, he could have SD'd up and get all the health back with Hornleech. So that was pretty scary, and that's why I'm gonna make this play. So yeah, he goes into Metal Rose and I just kill it on the switch. That's fine. He goes into Tapu Bulu here, and here there's an important turn and a misplay from my part. I shouldn't have stayed in with Reuniclus. My thought process was that I could just Psyshock here and leave the Hornleech if he decided to go for it. He needed a max roll in order to get it, but I think my best play was easily going into my Scissor and Bullet Punch, even if he did and killed me with the Phytinium C. It didn't matter because it meant my Celesteela walled it after, or my Tangrowth. So, and I put him in range of the rocks and spikes after the Bullet Punch. So there was no reason for me to stay in here because Reuniclus won me the game straight up. But I fucked up here and I paid the consequences. So it's gonna be a longer game than it needed to be, but you're gonna see why. So he gets a max roll with the Hornleech and kills me. It's my fault, I know, but yeah, doesn't really matter, I guess. It could have been a lot easier for me, but now I'm gonna be forced to stall out the Toxapex. So this is gonna be a very long sequence of plays. So I just go to Greninja in order to get more spikes, so I can get Tapu Bulu in range of a Bullet Punch. So later on. So I'm just gonna skip through this because it's literally just stalling the Toxapex at this point. So yeah, he goes into Landorus, and now I'm just trying to PP stall the Toxapex. You see here, he goes into Landorus once, blah blah blah. I get my Celesteela burnt, and I also get my Scissor burnt, which meant that I couldn't kill the I can't kill the Tapu Bulu anymore. So I need it doesn't really matter because Flamethrower plus burnt Bullet Punch killed, but it was really risky from my part, so I shouldn't have allowed Scissor to get burnt or allowed my Reuniclus to die. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip through this until I stall it out of PTs. Recover, Skulls, here is Lamb's Flamethrower. Here the place of the end of the match rather, and you're gonna see what happens. So I just Flamethrower to put him on BP range, and here he just SDs again in case I choke and protect. It's a very fair play because he couldn't win at that point because my Scissor killed his Tapu Bulu at 30% because I have like 56 EVs in attack. So yeah, he couldn't win from there because Flamethrower did enough damage. So yeah, I just Flamethrower again, not choking the match of course, and that was a pretty good game. I think I played well for the most part, but except for the Reuniclus play, maybe I shouldn't have let my Scissor get burnt, but I mean it really didn't matter later on in the match. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first video. I'm not I'm a Spaniard, so my English isn't that good, but I really hope you understood all of my commentary and hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, peace and later.